For decades, the world has asked, what does Iran really want with its nuclear program? The common narrative is simple. Iran is racing for a bomb, threatening the Middle East and beyond. This story has shaped policy sanctions, standoffs, and military threats. But the truth is far more complex. Iran's nuclear ambitions are not just about weapons, they're about power, security, and influence. When we look closer, the evidence challenges our assumptions. Was Iran truly building a bomb, or playing a longer, subtler game? This video will peel back the layers, exploring the real story behind Iran's nuclear program, its motives, its strategy, and why the world still can't agree on its true intentions. By the end, you'll see why the question of Iran's nuclear ambitions remains unresolved, even today. The debate over Iran's nuclear program split experts worldwide. Some saw clear signs of a bomb program, secrecy, enrichment, and missile development. Others argued the evidence was ambiguous. Enrichment has civilian uses, and Iran's secrecy could be defensive, not aggressive. This division shaped global policy. The US and Israel pushed for sanctions and threats, while Europe and the IAEA favored diplomacy and inspections. The lack of consensus meant no unified strategy, just a patchwork of pressure and negotiation. For some, ambiguity justified a hardline stance. For others, it was a reason for caution. The result: years of uncertainty, with every move by Iran interpreted through a lens of suspicion or restraint. The world's response was as divided as the evidence itself. Iran's strategy may best be described as nuclear latency, the Japan option. This means developing all the technology and expertise needed for a bomb, but stopping short of actually building one. Japan, for example, could build a bomb quickly if it chose, but remains non-nuclear, gaining deterrence without the costs of weaponization. Many analysts believe Iran followed this model, building enrichment capacity, advancing centrifuge technology, and accumulating knowledge. This approach gave Iran leverage, deterrence against threats, bargaining power in negotiations, and the ability to pivot if needed. The 2015 nuclear deal, JCPOA, froze Iran's progress, but preserved its core capabilities. Iran traded technical pause for economic relief, keeping its options open. This was not a reckless dash, but a patient, calculated game. Iran's nuclear file is about readiness, not necessarily about a bomb. In August 2002, the world learned of Iran's secret nuclear facilities at Arak and Natanz, revealed by an exiled opposition group. The discovery shocked the world. Natanz was a massive, undeclared enrichment site, built in violation of Iran's treaty obligations. Secrecy fueled suspicions. If the program was peaceful, why hide it? But the revelation proved only that Iran was cheating, not that it was building a bomb. Natanz could enrich uranium for reactors or weapons. The intent was unclear. For some, this was proof of a weapons program. For others, it was evidence of capability, not intent. The secret sites forced Iran's program into the open, triggering years of inspections and confrontation. Yet, the core question, bomb or bluff, remained unanswered. The world now had evidence of deception, but not of a decision to weaponize. The IAEA, the world's nuclear watchdog, faced a daunting challenge in Iran. Its inspectors could monitor declared sites, but relied on Iran's cooperation, no power to force entry or compel answers. Iran's history of concealment made inspections a constant tug-of-war. The US pressured the IAEA for tougher action. Iran restricted access, citing national security. The agency was caught between politics and its mandate, documenting what it could see, but often left in the dark. The IAEA's limits exposed a flaw in the global non-proliferation system. It can monitor, but not enforce. Iran's cycle of concealment, discovery, and negotiation kept the world guessing. The IAEA could raise alarms, but not resolve the deepest suspicions. The standoff became a test of trust, and of the system's ability to prevent proliferation. In 2007, a U.S. National Intelligence Estimate, NIE, stunned the world. It concluded Iran had halted its nuclear weapons program in 2003 and had not restarted it by 2007. This contradicted years of warnings from U.S. officials and shifted the debate. The NIE separated Iran's enrichment activities from actual weaponization. Enrichment continued, but bomb building had stopped. The reasons for the halt were complex: the Iraq invasion, exposure of Natanz, and rising international scrutiny. The report suggested Iran's strategy was cautious, not reckless, a response to external pressure, not a relentless drive for a bomb. The immediate threat receded, opening space for diplomacy. Yet, enrichment continued, keeping Iran at the threshold. The NIE didn't end the controversy, but it changed the conversation. Iran's intentions were now seen as fluid, shaped by events and calculations. Sanctions, inspections, and even military strikes have all been used to stop Iran's nuclear program. But there's a fundamental problem. You can bomb facilities, but you can't bomb knowledge. The 2025 airstrikes on Natanz, Fordo, and Isfahan damaged infrastructure, but Iran's scientists and expertise remained. Iran quickly began rebuilding, demonstrating that technical know-how is indestructible. Destroying hardware only delays, not erases capability. In fact, attacks can strengthen resolve to pursue deterrence. The only real solution is changing Iran's strategic calculus through diplomacy, security guarantees, and integration. Military force can set back a program, but not erase the idea. The nuclear latency strategy endures because knowledge, once gained, cannot be unlearned. Was Iran's nuclear strategy rational or reckless? Some say it was a logical response to threats. Surrounded by adversaries, lacking allies, Iran sought nuclear latency as insurance. The lesson from Iraq, Libya, and North Korea was clear. Deterrence works. Disarmament can be fatal. Latency offered security without the costs of weaponization. Others argue Iran's secrecy and brinkmanship backfired, triggering sanctions, isolation, and military threats. The strategy may have achieved deterrence, but at enormous economic and diplomatic cost. Critics say Iran misread the world's response, uniting powers against it and risking war. Whether clever or catastrophic, the price was high. Iran reached the threshold, but at what cost? As of April 2026, Iran stands at the nuclear threshold, possessing the knowledge and material to build a bomb quickly, if it chooses. Intelligence agencies agree. Iran has not restarted formal weaponization since 2003, but its latency is advanced. The world faces the same question. Is latency the end game, or just a step toward a bomb? If Iran is satisfied with deterrence, diplomacy and stability are possible. If it decides only a bomb guarantees security, a regional arms race and greater conflict could follow. The stakes are enormous, and the decision lies in Tehran's opaque corridors of power. Iran's nuclear saga is a lesson in ambiguity, the limits of force, and the enduring power of knowledge. Whether this was strategic brilliance or a costly gamble, Iran has brought itself to the brink. The world now waits, hoping the final step is never taken.